Did you just download Alight Motion and was like when you first opened it? Because same. So I'm going to show you how to make some basic easy transitions if you're a beginner, and I'm sorry for my accent, it's pretty annoying because I'm not English. So first, place all of your pictures and split them however you want, obviously. Then we're going to make a basic pop transitions. You are going to go to move and transformation and the third one, then add 2 keyframes. A keyframe is basically where you want your transition to start and end. Now on the second one, you are going to zoom in and then copy this graph. This graph is gonna be the same for all of them, but for the second picture, it's gonna be the other way. You are going to see it right now. Now on the first keyframe, you are going to zoom in, and this is the graph I was talking about. Now you have a smooth poke transition. We are going to make a rotate, I don't know how to call it, rotate transition. So on the second keyframe, you are going to make it minus 90 degrees and then copy this graph. Now go to effects and tails and you are going to mirror it. It's basically gonna fill in the blank. Now again for the second picture, you are going to add 2 keyframes, and on the first one you are going to place it to 90 degrees and copy the graph again. And again tails, mirror, you are going to fill the blank. Now here I decided to add motion blur. It's basically gonna make it look better, but you don't have to. I actually ended up adding it to the first 3 pictures, but then I got lazy. Now you are going to go to distortion/wrap, and basically we're gonna make a squeeze transition. So on the second keyframe, we're going to set it to 50 and copy the graph. Same thing for the second picture. On the first keyframe, you are going to set it to either 50 or minus 50. I'm going to show you both, but I ended up setting it to minus 50 because it looked better. Now we are going to make a pinch transition. As you can see here, I added 2 keyframes on center, but then if you click the other ones, they are going to disappear, so because they are like different transitions. We are going to go to strength, actually not center, and add 2 keyframes. You are going to set the first one to 0 and then the second one to either 100 or minus 90, depends on what you want. I actually prefer 100 or 1, I don't know which one it is, because you can see it better. Now on the second picture, again you are going to go to the second one, strength, and on the first one you are going to set it however you want, then the second one on 0. Again copy the graph. Now you can either make it like that, or on the first keyframe you are going to set it to 100. I don't know if it's 100 or 1, you know what I mean. Now we are going to make a swirl transition. Go to strength and 2 keyframes. On the first one, set it to 0, and then the second one, it's optional, but I usually either do it 100 or 200. Again copy the graph. Now again also the radius is optional. I like to make it like kind of small, depends on the edit. Here I wanted to make like a really visible swirl. Now on the second picture, you are going to add swirl again, and her eye looks very weird, I know. So 2 keyframes on strength. Then on the first one, you are going to set it to either 100 or minus 100 or minus 200, however you want. Then again, copy the graph. And on the second keyframe, set it to 0 again. Now I'm going to edit the radius, make it smaller. It's optional. And here I don't know why, but my graph disappeared, so I just fixed it. Now we are going to add 2 keyframes in the rotation. Same thing for the previous picture. 2 keyframes, and I set it to minus 180 degrees, and again with the graph. Then for the second picture, the first keyframe is 180 degrees, and again with the graph. Now again I'm going to add the tails to fill in the blank. Now I'm going to show you how to make a slide transition. You are going to add 2 keyframes and move the second keyframe like halfway, and with the graph. Then for the second picture, you are going to slide it the other way for the first keyframe and copy the graph again and add the tails and mirror it. Now it's like a smooth slide transition. Now I'm going to show you how to make a zoom in, zoom out transition. You are going to add 2 keyframes and again, like the first transition, zoom in on the first one and copy the graph. Here I'm adding already the tails, and now 2 keyframes on the first one. You are going to zoom out and copy the graph. Now you have like a zoom in transition. Now I'm going to make the zoom out. I'm just fixing the keyframes. Now we are going to zoom out on the second one and copy the graph again. And for this one, you are going to add 2 keyframes, and on the first one, you know, the same thing. You're going to zoom in and again copy this graph. Now you can either leave it like that or add a little shake. I use it all the time. You're going to go to the first thing and add 3 keyframes. On the first one, you're going to pull it up a bit. Then the second one, pull it down and add the last graph. This graph is used for shakes and stuff like that. So now we are going to add a little rotation. Again, 3 keyframes. On the first one, make it 4 degrees. Second one, -2, and copy the graph again. Now again with the tails to fill the blank and export it. You can also add motion blur, but I forgot to do so. And that's it. If you need any help, you can message me on my Instagram at Adriana_Forever. I am a beginner myself, so I can't help you with advanced transitions. And also, like, I'm really sorry again for my accent. I'm trying very hard to pronounce the words correctly. As I mentioned, I'm not English or American or anything, but I tried my best.